Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Cassandra and today we'll be doing a gentle yoga class. Please have 2 blocks handy and we'll start lying down on our backs. Supta Baddha Konasana, bringing the soles of the feet to touch, knees fall apart, and you might want to slide the blocks under each knee for a little bit of extra support. And with the arms, I'm choosing to just lift them up overhead to get a little bit of a deeper stretch through the front of the body into the armpits and chest, collarbones, pectorals. If that's not comfortable for you today, just keep your arms on either side of your body and start to settle into this pose by first staying in contact with your breath, inhaling and exhaling through the nose. And instead of staying with the shallow breath that we usually use throughout the day, see if you can deepen the breath and send it all the way into the belly. Feeling the abdomen rise and fall. And with every exhale, see if you can soften your knees, relax the hips, and get a little bit more of an opening through the lower body. Relaxing the jaw, neck, and shoulders. There's no need for any tension to stay through the upper body. Let's take 5 more deep belly breaths in this pose. Keep your lower back connected to the earth. And let's slide our palms down, bringing the knees back to center. And from here, keep your left knee bent and pull your right knee in towards your chest. If you'd like to go deeper in this pose, you're more than welcome to start straightening your left leg, planting your left heel down into the mat, starting to get in contact with our left hip flexor deep into the psoas. And maybe do a few ankle rolls or sway your right knee from side to side, whatever little movements feel really good for your lower back today. And from here, let's come into a twist. Bring your right knee over towards the left, maybe pressing it down slightly with your left palm, reaching your right arm down onto the mat. See if you can keep your right shoulder blade firmly pressing down into the earth. It might lift up an inch or 2, and that's okay. You're just trying to make sure that your chest is facing up towards the ceiling, pulling belly button to spine to get the deepest extension through your lower back. Bring your gaze wherever is comfortable, and slowly bring your right knee back to center, and we'll go ahead and switch sides. So pull your left knee in towards your chest, take a moment here, and when you're ready, release your right foot down onto the mat. Start with your right knee bent just to figure out what your left hip and lower back feel like on this side, and only if you're ready, then go ahead and straighten your right leg down into the mat. Getting deeper into your right hip flexors, hugging your knee in towards your chest a little bit more every time you exhale. Maybe doing some ankle rolls or swaying the knee from side to side. Try to keep head and shoulders relaxed onto the mat here. Let's come into a twist. So on this side, you'll be bringing your left knee over towards the right side of your mat, pressing down with your right palm as you reach your left arm out. Left shoulder blade stays down in contact with the mat. Gaze wherever is comfortable. And send your breath as low as you can, wherever you feel the sensation in this pose. One more deep inhale. Long exhale. And let's make our way back to center. Hug both knees in towards the chest. Maybe rock gently from side to side just to massage the lower back. And from here, let's extend our legs down onto the mat and turn over onto your belly. We'll look at strengthening the erectors, the muscles along your spine a little bit more with 3 baby cobras. Feet are hip width distance apart. Place your palms underneath your shoulders. Keep your legs and feet in contact with the mat here. And on an inhale, head, chest, and shoulders lift up. Exhale, set it down onto the mat. Inhale, palms, chest, and head lift up. Exhale to set it down. Keep the back of the neck long. One more here. Inhale, pick up the upper body. Squeeze your shoulder blades behind your back. Exhale, release down. Bring your palms underneath your shoulders and press yourself back up through to tabletop pose. Coming into child's pose. Big toes come to touch. Knees are hip width distance apart. And go ahead and let your hips settle down onto your heels, reaching your palms out in front of you. Relaxing the upper body. And although your palms are reaching forward, see if you can relax your shoulders down and away from the ears so that your neck has plenty of space here. And we'll bring our palms to come to touch, start to bend at the elbows, reaching your fingers towards your sacrum, relaxing your palms to the back of the neck. So just getting a little bit deeper into the triceps here. If this is uncomfortable for your chest, keep your palms down onto the mat. Let's release the hands, come through to tabletop pose, and we'll just be doing some hip circles here. So start drawing these large circles with the hips, moving as slowly as you can, linking movement with breath. And there's really no right or wrong way to do this motion. We're just letting the hips sink from side to side, front to back, getting in touch with our lower back and warming up the lower body. And maybe start moving in the opposite direction. Come back through to center and we'll come into a low lunge. You might need a block for this pose here, so have one close by at the top of the mat. And then step your right foot forward in between your palms. Maybe pad your left knee before setting it down. We are here for a few breaths. And you might want to bring the block underneath your left palm. Let your hips sink down low as you curl your tailbone under and keep your palms down onto the mat. Or come into a twist as your right fingertips reach up towards the sky, rolling your right shoulder down and away from the ears. So there's a lot going on here, stretching through the front left hip flexors, getting into a deep twist. Look wherever is comfortable for your neck, and if the shoulder is uncomfortable, keep your right elbow bent with your palm on your waist. Make sure you're not holding your breath in this pose. Let's release and step back through into your tabletop pose. Releasing the mat and maybe folding it onto the other side, we'll come into our low lunge on the second side. This time you're stepping your left foot forward in between your palms, placing the block underneath your right hand. Let your hips sink down low first, and once you have your low lunge, left fingertips reach up towards the sky. Look up at the ceiling or just keep your gaze neutral. Take 2 deep breaths here, deep into the belly. And know that you can bend your left elbow and keep it on your waist if that's more comfortable. Look down, bring both palms back to center, unfold your mat here. We're going to step to the top of the mat. Feet will be hip width distance apart. Bend your knees as much as you need to so that your belly can rest over your thighs. Palms can stay down onto the mat, or you can rest them onto the block. Do any little movements that feel good for you here, maybe swaying from side to side, front to back, or playing with lifting all 10 toes off of the mat to keep the arches engaged and lifting. Relax your neck as much as you can. Bend your knees even more generously and take your time as you come all the way up into mountain pose, standing at the top of the mat. Let's come into warrior two. Step your left foot back, parallel to the short edge of your mat. Right toes are still pointing forward. Bend deeply into your right knee, almost as if you're going to get your right thigh parallel towards the earth. Reaching both arms out, keeping shoulders stacked directly over top of your hips. Tailbone is pointing down towards the earth. Gaze is forward through the middle right finger, and you're pressing your right knee open, distributing your weight evenly between both legs and both feet. Staying strong through the lower body. Inhale, straighten your front leg. Let's come into triangle pose. Bring your left palm onto your hip. Reach your right fingertips down, holding onto your shin, and start to lean your chest forward. Keep a micro bend in the knees if you need to here, and maybe just keep looking down low if looking up is uncomfortable for your neck here. So we're not looking to get too far down here. The goal is not to get your fingertips down onto the mat. Really what we're looking for here is a nice extension through both sides of the ribs. Keep pressing into your back foot. Inhale, rise up, and let's come into warrior two on the second side. So you're turning your right toes in, left toes out, bending into your left knee as you press that left knee out. Reach both arms parallel towards the ground, relaxing your shoulders down and away from the ears. Feel the breath travel through you here, expanding the ribs from side to side, front to back. The belly balloons up every time you inhale and lightly hugs back on the exhale as you sink your hips down a little bit deeper. Make your way into triangle, straightening through the left leg, right palm onto your waist, left fingertips reach down, maybe holding onto your left calf or shin. Gaze wherever works for you today. And feel the extension down the right and left side of your body. One more deep inhale here. Longer exhale. And with control, slowly start to come all the way back up. Turn both toes in so both feet are parallel to the short edge of the mat, and maybe have a block handy for this next pose as well. We're going to come into a forward fold with a straddle shape with the legs. So start to bend forward at the hips, relaxing the upper body, letting your neck be relaxed, and then your palms can just stay on your block, or fingertips can come down onto the earth, whatever works best for you here today. Keep a little bit of a bend in the knees if your hamstrings are particularly tight, and make sure you're not letting your heels take all of your body weight. Keep it evenly distributed between both feet. Resist the urge to push or pull here, let gravity pull you down gently. Just 2 more breaths here, in and out through the nose. Almost imagining the spine could grow a little bit longer from this gentle inversion. Start to lift your chest, bringing your hands onto your hips, and step all the way back to the front of the mat. We'll prepare for a high lunge from here, so your left foot steps back. Feet are hip-width distance apart. Stay high on the ball of your back toes, and you really do need to step that back foot about 3 or 4 feet. Maybe bend a little bit through that back left knee so your hips can stay directly underneath your shoulders. Keep your hands onto your waist, or go ahead and reach fingertips up towards the sky, relaxing shoulders down and away from the ears. Tailbone is anchoring down towards the earth. You're bending deeply through your right knee. Palms onto your waist, step forward to the top of the mat, and let's switch sides. Right foot steps back high on the ball of your right toes, bending deeply through your left knee, letting your hips sink down low. Keep your hands down low or just reach both arms up overhead. Look forward and step to the top of the mat. Bring your feet mat width distance apart. Toes are pointing towards the front. Bring your hands onto your waist and hinge at the hips as you fold forward. Bend your knees as much as you need to here. Always remind your neck to stay soft and relaxed. Sway from side to side if it feels good for you today. Bend your knees generously and come through to a tabletop pose, moving your ankles out of the way so you can come to seated. And we'll come into a straddle fold, so maybe have some blocks handy, 1 or 2, and go ahead and reach your legs out as wide or narrow as feels good to you. We're coming into a fold from here as well, so sometimes it can feel nice to stack the blocks so your head has something to lean on for extra support. It is fully optional though. You don't need to have your upper body supported. You can just let it hang heavy and let gravity pull you deeper into the fold. You can always keep a slight bend through both knees here and just let the toes fall open, melting the heart down. Sending your breath deep into your inner thighs, inner groin, down the hamstrings. If you feel any pinching in your lower back, bring your legs closer together. Three more breaths. Start to lift head and chest off of the block, moving them out of the way, and you might need to use your hands to help bend the knees and bring them back to center. Keep your feet down onto the mat, palms come in behind you, and just do a windshield wiper motion with the knees, moving slowly here, just to reset the lower back if that pose caused any tension there. And from here we'll come to lie down onto our backs, doing a few bridge poses before relaxing from our practice. You'll need 1 block within grabbing distance, but not right away. Feet are hip width distance apart. Relax your upper body, hands are away from you. Curl tailbone up and slowly start to lift your hips, pressing them up towards the sky, curling your tailbone under and taking deep belly breaths here. Try to relax your neck and upper body as much as you can. Let your lower body support you in this pose before lowering all the way down, and we'll take 1 more round exactly like this. So curl tailbone under, press your feet into the mat, and slowly start to lift your hips, pressing them up towards the sky, lifting lower back, mid back off of the ground. Relaxing neck and shoulders, keeping your knees hip width distance apart. And soften down 1 vertebrae at a time. Have a block within grabbing distance. Press your feet into the mat and lift your tailbone off of the ground just high enough so you can slide a block directly underneath it. And maybe just keep it at the lowest level here. You want the block to be directly underneath your tailbone. There should be no pinching in your lower back. Just enjoy this very gentle inversion, letting the hips be higher than your heart. Take 5 deep belly breaths in this pose, allowing the chest and shoulders to be fully relaxed and letting your hips be heavy down onto the block. There's no need to use any strength. Let this be effortless and restorative. And whenever you're ready, we'll come into Shavasana, our final resting pose. So move the block out of the way, straighten your legs down onto the mat. Take up as much space as you're comfortable taking with the upper body. Palms are facing up towards the sky. Maybe allow the eyes to close. Relax the jaw, neck, shoulders. Enjoying these last few moments of silence and stillness. Let your breath move through you like a wave, inhaling peace and calm, and exhaling anything which no longer serves you. Thank you so much for doing this class with me today. I really do appreciate it. If you enjoyed it, please take the time to subscribe to my channel, like this video, and even sign up for my newsletter if you'd like to receive new exclusive content. Thank you so much for watching. Namaste.